Mom, how do I get out of here? Never mind. Did you just say you would have... That's just... But you said why? But you'll shut. Okay. I'm sorry.
Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.
I'm sorry for
I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Keller and Greg Anthony. Last outing for Orlando, the loss to Denver. And that does your confidence, guys. No favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
And the issues they had
my mom hits me and I don't do anything.
Was a huge factor, really compounded.
I'm sorry. Shut up, Patrol. That's what you want to say?
Magic leading by 4.
Huh.
And so in the game for the Magic,
yes, how life is.
Oladipo and Harris are the wings. Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. And it's Harvey in at the point guard position. Here's Vucevic.
Rebound.
And that one off the back of the rim and in. Vucevic has got 7.
Failed.
For Philadelphia, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Passes to Jackson. They set the screen. A floater, and the layup is good.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
For Orlando, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Harvey passes to Gordon. Pass to Harvey. Lets the 3 fly. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Here's Houdini. He had 31 points in the win against New York.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
Rebounded by Covington.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
There's the feed to Jackson. With the teardrop, he takes it up and lays it in. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
The later we get in the season, the hotter these teams have gotten. They're shooting leaders since the All-Star break in the NBA. The 76ers in second.
They're making the extra pass and not settling for that first shot that presents itself. And you see that in their shooting percentage.
And the 76ers making a change here. Chandler's checked in. Hezonja, he's checked in for the Magic. Elfrid Payton comes in for Harvey. Left side, Harris. There's the pass to Hezonja. He feeds it to Oladipo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, Okafor grabs the miss. The 76ers trail by 5. Here's Houdini. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And again, it's Philadelphia. Here are the Magic now. Payton dishes to Oladipo.
How come we're not going to the store?
Puts it up. And too long on the shot.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
You know, it always is, and it has been so far. And they've gotten a nice edge on the glass. How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off just sensational stuff.
Here's Hezonja. That's tipped.
Firepower,
Clark, from his offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Talk about that right now. Can't talk about that right now.
Payton outside. There's a good screen. There's the dish to Oladipo. Pass to Hezonja to end the drive.
Right there.
Rebound by Yates.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Count that one. And now a 4-point 76ers lead.
Check out these handles. That's rush hour handle. Not midday, not early morning. That's rush hour handle. That nasty spin just froze the defender.
Here's Azania, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
The numbers now for Nikola Vucevic. The past month has been surreal. 4th in rebounding. And, of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. I mean, you really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Houdini passes to Marshall. There's a screen. Lets it go from 14. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
The 76ers leading by 4. Here's Yates. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Magic shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Passes it to Ballard. Here's Azania. Sharp covered by Okafor. And Okafor with the block. And here's the fast break. Here's Marshall. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim. And the 76ers lead by 8. Orlando with the ball. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Down low. Here's Allen. The shot is off. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
And Azania gets it to go.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
There's 49 seconds left in the first. No coverage that time. That's 7 points for Wilson Chandler.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And, Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Here's Sharp. Orlando gets it back. Pass to Azania. 23 seconds left to play in the first. Now here's Payton. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Shot clock at 5. Sharp. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Baseline J on the way. Again, Philadelphia.
What a pass by Marshall. That's outstanding teamwork.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. 76ers lead by 9. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. We've got Hazonia. Allen is out there with Gordon. Then it's Watson. And it's Harvey in at the shooting guard position.
Well, 6 of their last 10 points coming on the fast break.
And defensively, you have got to sprint back in transition. The coaching staff has got to be restless right now, and I don't blame them.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Knicks, boy, was he tremendous. He finished with 31 points and seemed to have a hand in every defensive stop. Good numbers for him in both the steals and blocks columns. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little afraid. I mean, anybody who saw that game has to still be in awe of what he was able to do. Just absolutely dominant.
Boy, I tell you, he was in such a rhythm and on a roll. He could have won that game all by himself.
And the Magic making a change here. Vucevic has checked in. They set the pick to the right side. Here's Harvey. Rebound by the 76ers. Houdini's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Hits the target from 18 feet. Houdini's got 10.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Pick by Vucevic. Lets it go from deep. Watson's shot is off. Philadelphia leading by 13. Now the pass to Yates. Dishes it to Noel. It's hauled in by the Magic. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
Their last game against this squad, they won out thanks to some big contributions from the bench.
A total team effort, and I think the starters enjoyed a chance to be able to step back and relax and enjoy how the bench played.
Assist from.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Yeah, another turnover there. But, guys, overall, they've taken really good care of the basket.
A new group now. The Magic trail by 12. Over to the wing. Here's Azania. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Now, here's Marshall, covered by Payton. Now Marshall. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And he gets it to go. Marshall's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
No hesitation. When he saw the space the D was giving him, that's 2.
Passes it to Sharp. They set the pick. Payton drives in. Banked in off the glass. Payton's got his first basket.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
From downtown, another 3 for Philadelphia.
They're starting to get a little triple happy, falling in love with that 3-pointer.
Starting to cast him up a bit too often here in the second.
Here's Azania. He's got 7. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Inside, Okafor. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Lavoy Allen's checked in for Orlando. The Magic trail by 14.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left.
Payton outside. And there's a call on Chandler. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the 76ers?
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
2 shots.
Marshall hits them both.
Well, how about Kendall Marshall in this one? He's got 8 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision is on par with anybody. I mean, he could not pass the ball any better than he is right now.
Philadelphia leading by 14. Houdini passes to Chandler. And here's Covington from the arc. Goes back up. And it's laid up and in on a nice move. That time from Yates.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
There's the pick. Pass to Azania. Just 5 to shoot. Okafor with the steal. 56 seconds left here in the second. The shot's good from Yates.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Pass to Hazania. He dishes it to Allen. And there's the pass to Hazania. And again, unable to change momentum here. Philadelphia shooting in the second quarter has been superb. 58% from the field. And again for 3, the basket is good from Yates. Houdini's got 21 in the game.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Kicks it to Allen. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Magic have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. Marshall passes to Yates. He kicks it to Chandler. And here's Marshall from the arc. And no good trying to get that one. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. 76ers on top, ending the second quarter with a tremendous 17-5 run. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Okay, guys, great work in the first half. That's how you take care of business on your home court. Couple things. We've taken a lot of pressure off ourselves on D because of how good we've been on offense. That's what I call locked in, intelligent attacking basketball. I love it. Now I'll give credit what credit is due. We've taken very good care of the basketball. Turnovers were scarce, and we need to keep it that way. And in terms of pace, I'd like to see us calm it down once the third gets started. We shouldn't be in any kind of rush. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Houdini. He's got 21 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range.
The 76ers with some changes. Grant, he's checked in for Okafor. Chandler comes in for Robert Covington. And Houdini subbed in for Jackson. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Allen's checked in for Aaron Gordon. His
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Happy St. Patrick's Day from all of us at 2K Sports. Can you do like an Irish accent there, Kenny?
I am a Smith, so that is an Irish descent.
He's not a real Irish. Shiver me timbers, Ernie.
Shiver you timbers.
That's not a St. Patrick's Day.
That's Lucky
deal.
Charms. What do you
Shiver
mean?
me timbers.
Shiver me timbers, Ernie.
Oh,
at any rate,
means it's Irish.
This is Ernie Johnson, and we got Shaq, and we got Kenny.
Shiver me timbers.
We'll watch the Charlotte Hornets in this one as they go up against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. Checking out the 76ers, they've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. Hey, we could be looking at a defensive stalemate here tonight. Both teams really geared towards shutting down offenses. Kenny, how hard is it going to be to score for guys tonight?
Well, you got
The Oak are wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. The Philadelphia 76ers preparing to defend home. Here's Houdini. 23 points for him the last game against Orlando.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboard, Kev, and that also was a factor.
And making connections is always good in any business, and the NBA is no different. From what I've heard, Clark, Freak has done a good job of reaching out to his peers all over the NBA.
I think that's an example of Freak just having a good head on his shoulders and knowing that taking the time to get to know others in the business has its benefits.
And now let's check in on the 2 guards from around the league and see which one of them is playing the stingiest defense over the span of the last 10 games. 5th, Shabazz Muhammad.
And this is a very intense group. I mean, those steals don't come by accident. I mean, they've gotten him through the effort, and they're willing to expend that kind of energy on that aspect of the game.
Well, the most active hands in the league, I think, belong to those fellas right there. I mean, that is one pesky bunch of pickpockets.
Here's Yates. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. And so here's Charlotte. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
From the arc, and he gets it to go. Houdini's got it all tied up now for Philadelphia.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Outside, Walker. And he converts the layup.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Here's Houdini, guarded by Walker. To the wing right side. 5 to shoot. Picked by Okafor. They set the screen. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Philadelphia shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Jefferson's checked in for the Hornets. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Walker. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Checking out the stats now for Roden. How the second half of the season has shaped up for him. He's averaging 11 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular. And sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Dishes it to Okafor. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
And a chance now to see the numbers for Jahlil Okafor. He's had an impressive second half of the season. 17th in blocks. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And, yeah, you see what he's been doing all season. I mean, always threatening to put your shot in reverse and do it in style. And that almost feels like Chuba coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back even.
Hornets have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Roden kicks to Muhammad. Charlotte moving the ball around. Right wing, here's Lamb. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
Over in the corner, Chandler. They set the pick. Step back shot. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And that one's good. Roten. Philadelphia's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Right side Jackson. Out to the right wing. Here's Yates. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
How about 5 straight made from the field to start?
And the defense hasn't been able to do anything to stop him. And when that's the case, just keep feeding the hot hand.
Here's the screen. Roden kicks to Hawes. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Jackson passes to Chandler. Here's Yates. Sinks the triple. Houdini's got 15.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been 3-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Jefferson has a wide open look. Great look, but off the mark. Houdini passes to Chandler. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Charlotte. Advantage in 1 series. And, of course, Philadelphia. Just a couple spots back.
And when I look at Charlotte, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
And the Hornets making a change here. Robertson's checked in. Chandler with the block. Jackson dishes to Chandler. Here's Yates. And the shot falls short this time.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Charlotte shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Wilson Chandler. Jackson drives in. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Jackson's got his first points of the night. Hornets trail by 6. And here is Roten. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Just good aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
Now Jackson. In the game against Orlando, very impressive. Here's Okafor, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Roten kicks to Jefferson. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Jefferson's got 8 points. Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And Amir Johnson re-signed in Toronto. He's been a big part of this team for years, and he talked about
almost like a soccer atmosphere. I don't know if you've been to a soccer game overseas, but...
A lot of fans south of the border in the U.S. are surprised when they learn how passionate, Clark, the fans in Toronto can be.
You know, Kevin, that's so true. I mean, when they get it going at the Air Canada Center, that place rocks. And it's great to hear Amir talk about how that pumps him up and makes him want to do it for Canada.
And welcome back as we continue our St. Paddy's Day broadcast. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
It's all about the depth, really. The bench has been the difference. The bench play really has separated these two teams.
Yeah, it's been a huge advantage for them. That bench has really made a nice contribution.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Charlotte, Chris Middleton is out there with Amir Johnson. And there's Kemba Walker. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Roberson in at the 2. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Magic was simply terrific. He ended with 23 points, and the basket seemed pretty big to him. He didn't miss a whole lot all night. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you've got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. 8 points for Kemba Walker.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that? Move the ball.
Now, here's Marshall. Defense right on him. Can't get it to go. Hornets trail by 4. Out left to the wing. From deep. No good. Philadelphia has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. There's a screen by Noel. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Middleton can't get it to go. Philadelphia leading by 6. Passes to Yates. Beyond the arc. That ball. Great assist by Marshall. Houdini's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Philadelphia. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Philadelphia's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Theus, he's guarded by Johnson. Here's Theus. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. Charlotte's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Roden kicks to Roberson. Here's Lamb. And again, the Hornets missing. Philadelphia's gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. To the left side wing. Okafor, the pass to Yates. He dishes it to Grant. Just 5 to shoot. They now take the lead. 8 points for Jahlil Okafor.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Roberson dishes to Lamb. Roden kicks to Lamb. Shoots the 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Proficient in that game at the offensive end of the floor. I mean, their passing was dynamic and their shot selection was superb.
You do those two things hand in hand, Greg, you know the result. You move the ball like they did and take smart, good shots, you're coming away with a lot of wins.
With With a break in the action, let's show you the teams that have been making their opponents work especially hard over the past 10 games. In third, the Hornets.
The teams they've faced over the last 10 have to be wondering how long this brutal defense is going to last. There's no let-up in these teams. They play with tenacity throughout.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Here's Yates. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
No slowing him down. Just incredible numbers for Houdini. He's got 21 points, and he's buried a ton of three-pointers in this game, too.
Yeah, I think we need a calculator to keep track of just how many of those he's knocked down.
So it's the Hornets now. Trailing by 2, they'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. And Lamb kicks to Hairston. To the inside. Lamb, good. Lamb's got the game tied up here for Charlotte.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Theus. The rebound by Roten. With 1 on the clock. It's all tied in Philadelphia. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, guys, I'm here with Al Jefferson. And Al, what's the strategy been so far defensively, and what needs to happen in the second half in that regard?
Well, we just got to help. You know, we can't let everybody beat us. We just everybody got to help, and on the defense end, and getting the key to protect the paint.
Pick your poison. Can't let everybody beat you, Al. We appreciate it, guys.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. And the 76ers with some changes. Chandler comes in for Robert Covington, and Houdini subbed in for Kendall Marshall. And then for Charlotte, Jeremy Lamb's checked in for P.J. Hairston. Muhammad comes in for Chris Middleton, and Roten subbed in for Kemba Walker. Hornets trail by 10. Yates in at point guard. Noel is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then there's Okafor. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And Lamb kicks to Jefferson. Charlotte no good that time either.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Houdini passes to Noel. That is good.